What was it like to convoy on some of Iraq's deadliest routes near the height of Operation Iraqi Freedom? After having spent 4 years enlisted in the National Guard, I accepted a commission into the active duty Army, and I deployed as a second lieutenant, where I served as a platoon leader in Mosul, Iraq. Personally, sharing this time of my life has been difficult. I stored away all these clips for years and opened them up about 2 months ago. My unit was responsible for a number of delivered support items, prisoners, military personnel, and gun truck escorts during the Iraqi elections. Here are some video clips I took while deployed, and I want to share my experience so folks can better understand us, veterans. Okay, pause. So what we're looking at here is this is the motor yard that you must go through before actually leaving the base. So this happens after the operations order that you receive from the convoy commander, and this is the last stage, last opportunity that you have before leaving the base, also known as leaving the wire, to shore up any personnel issues you have, fix any crew serve weapons issues that you have, and also check your manifest for who's going on this mission with you. So what we have here is we have 2 contractors who are from Turkey, and what they're doing is they're refueling our vehicles for us. Many of the contractors were American, but there were quite a few that actually were from the neighboring countries or from Iraq. Okay, pause. Alright, so I just want to put this disclaimer out there. The only time I really recorded anything was when I felt like it was safe to do so. So in most of these clips, I'm either entering or I'm exiting a base, or I'm way out in the countryside where I can see very clearly all around me. I didn't pull out my camera and video record actually being in the city of Mosul because it was just simply too dangerous.
Hey, what's up? It's me again. My exciting adventures through the deadly streets of Iraq. Back up to Mosul from parts unknown down south, bouncing around on top of this thing here. This is my big bad Mojo Mr. 249 squad automatic weapon right here, and I don't know, man, there's some stuff going on. Check it out. Getting ready to roll out right now, bouncing around top of this here truck. It's crazy, man. It's crazy stuff, I tell ya. I haven't had any sleep for, I don't know, almost going on, I don't know how long.
So back in 2004, we were still mounting our armor onto our vehicles for protection from improvised explosive devices. And as you can see here in this picture, you have this rusted out steel area of the truck. That's where we basically welded our own armor onto the vehicles to protect us from the IED blast.
This is what it's like from the top. Getting fuel? Getting fuel right now. Where's these workers at? Right there? Good? That's good.
Alright, pause. So what I want to point out here is these gun mounts, specifically for this one here, this is a 249 saw. This was fabricated at our local welding shop on base. This wasn't professionally made. Many times these mounts would actually bust a bolt. I personally had one break on a mission, and the only thing that held it on was a rubber band that I had around my wrist at the time. Okay, pause. So real quick, what you see here are the barriers. This is where a lot of the Iraqi police officers would set up checkpoints to check vehicles passing through the main supply route. Many times these areas would get hit with vehicle-borne IEDs, which is basically vehicles strapped with explosives that would blow up and kill everyone around, including many civilians.
Look at that. You guys, like, he's posing. We're getting ready to go into the into one of the bases here. These guys, that's the ING guy right there. That's our great ING, Iraqi National Guard guys. And we're finally here at our destination. Hooah. The morning in Iraq. That's my barrel right there. There's my gun. 249 saw. Squad automatic weapon. Drum right there. All my bullets. Home. What I call home anyways. I was on one of the coldest missions I've ever been on last night. It froze my butt off. You guys are amazing. This is Iraq in the morning. Good morning, Iraq. I was on one of the coldest missions I've ever been on last night.
Pause. A lot of people assume that Iraq is a giant desert and it's always hot, but in the wintertime and in the springtime, temperatures, especially at night, can drop to around 30 degrees. So when you're on top of a truck that's going anywhere from 30 to 50 miles an hour, extremely cold up there. And if you don't dress for the weather, then you'll literally freeze and there's nothing you can do until you get to your destination.
Fucking freezing.
What were living quarters like on base? When I first arrived to Mosul, I immediately moved into something called a CHU. It's a container housing unit, and as you can see, it's made of metal. It has very little protection from any kind of stray bullets or rockets, mortars, which was pretty common to have inside the base on a daily basis. They also had these bunkers that were nearby, and so in the middle of the night, you'd wake up and hear the mortars coming in, and you would just put on your Kevlar and your vest and just run underneath these concrete bunkers in your underwear. And by the time a few weeks rolled by, you just kind of got used to it and you just kind of laid in bed. So I moved to a hard stand, which you see here is a concrete building. This actually was a store that belonged to a local Iraqi. This ended up getting abandoned when this happened. The day that I arrived into Mosul, there was a suicide bomber that had snuck onto the base across the street and blew himself up in the dining facility there, which ended up killing 22 people. 70 others were injured in that explosion alone. So after that happened, a lot of the local Iraqis that worked on the base and had stores and barbershops and whatnot ended up just completely abandoning their businesses. Some of them actually got captured and killed. Others were just not showing up for fear of getting targeted by the insurgents or Al-Qaeda in Iraq at the time. This place got abandoned and I simply just took it over as my own room. And it was pretty comforting to know that I at least had some concrete surrounded when I would sleep at night. Obviously there were residents that were there longer than me. Many times find them in the sticky traps that I would leave around the room.
It's me.
Now, before you start making fun of me for posting this last clip, I thought it was important to have this as part of the video to illustrate the deployment. This is 25-year-old me, and I made this video to send back home. I made this only a few days after my birthday, so I was a bit mentally and physically tired, emotional, and just counting down the days. So I'll take the stake of being embarrassed for posting this, for the sake of adding value to this video overall. Enjoy.
Just wanted to send you guys a little CD and some other stuff. Just to, I don't know, say hello. Everything here is good. Just getting used to the weather It's springtime right now, so it's raining a whole lot, flooding. I really appreciate the camera a lot. I've been using it a whole bunch to record some stuff, and the house slippers, I use them all the time, and the flashlight's awesome. I've been telling everybody else about it. See, the flashlights here, they charge like $65 for the flashlights at the PX. It's a rip-off. Basically, they must have some kind of contract with them. But anyways, thanks for the cards and stuff. I had a decent birthday. It was just another day. Slept most of the day, and no one really knew it was my birthday, and that's all. A lot of times you'll forget about the days here. There's nothing here to really remind you what day it is or what holiday it is, unless you go to chow or something and you see a little something up, and that'll remind you. But it's not bad. I mean, do our job and come back and we rest and we eat and go back out and do our job again. So basically everything's okay here. Can't wait to come back home. Right now I'm just sitting in my room waiting for a mission tonight, and eating some Vienna sausages. It's my dinner. So anyways, I really miss you guys a lot, and I hope everything is well back home. You guys take care of yourselves, and we'll hold down the fort over here. So God bless, and I love you guys and I miss you. So take care. Hope you enjoyed the video.
And this is what happens to an exhausted, overworked LT. I took a snooze and woke up having gone through some glamour shots, courtesy of my soldiers. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm undergoing a new channel name, so let me know in the comments what you think. I'll also post links to some of the events I mentioned in this video. Thank you for tuning in. I'm out.